Anyway, when we're driving to the airport before we got here, and we're taking a red eye. It's the only way to get from the west coast to here. So it's evening, and we're driving, and the two of us all the time, whether it's to work or whatever we do, I'm the designated driver, and she always has her iPad, always doing something, or she's knitting. And wouldn't you know it, at night, get stopped by the California Highway Patrol. Turns out I had a tail light out. So it's nighttime. The guy has his sunglasses on, rolled down my window. He says, "Papers, sir?" And my wife goes, "Scissors!" And so this morning, if any of you know a good traffic school in San Diego, because I need one right now. Oh, I'm being recorded. Cool. Anyway, when we got here, we were settling in. First thing we did, we went into town. I wanted to get a haircut. And I, pulled into the, walked into the local guy and started, clip, 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 clip. And he was real chatty, started talking to me. Said, the other week, told me about a priest who came in for a haircut. Clip, 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 clip. And when the priest said, "How much do I owe you?" He says, "No, it's on the house. You're a man of the cloth. I respect you," and all that. And the priest said, "Thank you very much." Next day, the barber opened up his store in the morning, and there was this little bag sitting by his door. And he opened it up, and it was 12 Vatican gold coins. And he said, "God, how lucky, how nice of that priest." Later that, oh, is that a thing? Later that day, a Buddhist monk walked in for a haircut. Clip, 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 they're talking. Monk says, "How much do I owe you?" "Oh, nothing." Is that scissors? Okay, good, thank you. So, monk, turns out the monk didn't owe him any money either. So, thank the barber, left. Next day, barber opened, before he opened up his store, there was another little bag by the door, and he opened it up, and there were 12 gold rupees. Another wonderful donation to the barber for a free haircut. Later that day, a rabbi walks in. Get it? So, rabbi asked, "How much do I owe you?" "No, you gave us the 10 Commandments, Moses, Abraham, all that. It's on the house." The rabbi said, "Thank you very much." Next day, the barber goes to open his store. Sitting out front, 12 rabbis. But I wanted to talk a little bit about my family too. My wife and I were very religious. We sent our kids to religious school, and one of them was always in trouble, one or the other. And for the umpteenth time, I was pulled into the headmaster's office, and my son was inside there, and I heard the yelling. He was being lectured up and down by the head rabbi, the headmaster, the principal. "Don't ever do this again." And then the lecture finally ended. I heard the headmaster say, "Oh, and where is God?" Really telling my son off. And my son was shivering. The headmaster again says, "Where is God?" Finally, my son came out and he sat next to his classmate who was always in trouble. And he said, "Boy, we're really in trouble now. God's missing and he thinks we did it." Gotta check my notes for a minute if it's okay. Oh yes, my brother-in-law. We never got along anyway. And he was agnostic and an atheist. And one weekend, it's always the buddy system. He went camping by himself. And he had the campfire going one night. Remember, he's an atheist. And this biggest bear you ever saw comes up behind him, is about to snatch him. And my brother-in-law says, "Oh God!" And just like that, he snapped up in the sky. And who's he facing? But the Lord Almighty. Oh my God. God says, "Do you know why you're here today? Because I don't believe in you?" Well, that too. Do you believe in me now? And my brother-in-law still doesn't. And they're arguing back and forth. And finally, God's had enough of him. He says, "Well, do you have a solution to this?" He goes, "Well, I'm not going to be, I don't believe in you. And you said I gotta have religion. How about if we make the bear religious?" God snaps his fingers. He's back at the campsite. And there's the bear saying, "Thank you, God, for my meal tonight." How many of you have been on cruise ships? Been on a cruise? Okay, you're going to relate to this. Now, once again, got a family. My great aunt and uncle, Saul and Sophie Cohen. They worked all their lives. You have parents and aunts like that too. Never took a vacation. Decided to go on a cruise. You know how the bathrooms are kind of tight and cramped. You know how the toilets work. It's a flush, suction system. And you got to picture my aunt. In the 40s, she was real curvy type. But by the time of her age, being married 60 years, you know how it is. And they're getting ready to go to dinner that night. And she gets out of the shower, she's butt naked. She has to do her business on the toilet, and she flushes, and she's stuck. Can't get up. And she goes, Saul, please help me. And he comes into the bathroom, and he can't get her off either. He's old, she's old, bad back, you get it. So they're discussing this. What do we do? Do we call our porter? Do we call the doctor? Do we call our plumber? And she's butt naked. So he decides to at least, cover her bodice with the shower curtain. And that's, cover her up. Still didn't take care of all of her. So he took off his kippah, he put it down in the little private area there. and they decided to call the plumber. Plumber eventually makes it to their cabin. Knock. He goes in to assess the situation. He goes, "Well, Mr. Cohen, I think I can get your lovely wife off the toilet. I don't know about the rabbi." I don't know, you got time for one more? I hope you like these things. Cruise ships again. Yeah. There's 3,000 people on a ship every week. It's a captive audience. So, you go see the singer one week. You don't go see the show twice. You go to the magician. He only plays once a week, because by the second time, you know all his jokes. And one night, every night, the magician is doing his show. And there's this parrot. And the parrot, no matter what week, no matter what passenger, is always giving away the magician's jokes. I can't do a parrot, sorry. But he's the taunter, Look under his hat. Look under the table. The rabbit's there. And the magician and the parrot just don't get along.